Hey everyone, I'm back again with another r/relationship advice, and this one is titled, Girlfriend asked me about open relationships, but I felt like testing the waters. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Let's get right into it. A little bit of background. We are together since January 2019. We moved in together 3 weeks ago. She's my first girlfriend. I am not her first relationship, but the first one she fell in love with. I consider our S life very successful. We have S often. She seems satisfied. We also talk about it often. We set our barriers in this relationship. I am very monogamous. She said she is too. Last night was very fun. We switched on our goof mode and we were generally having a good time. While we were laying in bed, she asks me, "What do you think of open relationships?" I had a terrible feeling about this. It surprised me so much that I don't remember much from that moment. But I said I definitely couldn't be in one. We talked about it for a bit and my mood gradually got worse. She looked so excited about the concept of an open relationship, I was taken aback. The terrible feeling in my gut got worse. I eventually asked her if she thought about having S with other people. She saw my mood shift and froze up when I asked her. Her face shifted from excited to sad and kind of scared. She didn't answer me firmly, she jumped around the bush a lot, but from my understanding and her reaction, she did think of having S with someone else, but none in specific. She's curious about the concept. Basically, she thought an open relationship would be interesting and a way to spice up intimacy. I then asked if she is either unsatisfied or unhappy in our relationship, and is our S life lacking? She replied that she is very happy and satisfied. She then added that some relationships benefit from opening up. I felt horrible. My chest started pounding, my stomach cramped. I couldn't fathom having S with someone else, let alone her having S with anyone. And yet, the concept of this was brought up. I started asking specific questions that were left unanswered, like, why now? Why are you backing out when you were so excited for the concept a few moments ago? Do you want to have S with someone else? It all felt like she was testing the waters. When she saw my reaction, she backed out on all she said. She said she couldn't hurt me. She couldn't do it with anyone else. That I am very important to her. Her main point was, it was just a question. I didn't do anything. The other line of defense was that she was just talking generally about open relationships, not ours. I also learned that she and her guy friend talked about open relationships when they went clubbing last Saturday. We also talked by text where she said, "Even if you agree to it, I don't think I could do it, and S, it can evolve." It also wasn't the first time that the concept of having S with someone else was brought up. A few months into dating, we had a crisis of sorts, because she couldn't stop thinking about having S with a woman. A topic of a long break was brought up by her, but I stood my ground and said no. I felt uneasy about it for a long time, but it eventually got better. It all sucks so much because we have an amazing relationship. I also saw this girl completely bloom when she was with me. Previous relationships left her very damaged. She changed for the better so much, and I couldn't be more proud of her. I really love her dearly, but I feel hurt. Are my feelings valid? Am I overreacting? I feel very confused, but also numb. And the first advice says, you moved in 3 weeks ago, and she's already looking to F other people? She was showing you her true colors. This is the second time she broached the subject. If you are monogamous, you should reevaluate this relationship before it gets more serious. I would be moving out and moving on. She's going to crush your soul someday with this S. And the second advice says, there's nothing wrong with being monogamous. It is the normative behavior of human society. Regardless of the S, people are going to lay on you for daring to post that you're offended your girlfriend brought up the idea of having S with other men. If an open relationship isn't for you, you guys need to have a serious discussion where you explain that you're monogamous, and despite the fact that some relationships do evolve to open, you can't stay with her if she's sitting around waiting for that moment that probably won't ever come. She needs to decide if monogamy is something that she can manage to live with for the rest of her life, as she stays with you. At the same time, be suspicious of any guy who starts trying to talk to your girlfriend into poly lifestyle. Multiple have tried that line of S on women in monogamous relationships, I know, and to a T the movie was always to sleep with that woman. Not because they generally felt that poly was better with no selfish motivating factor. The real poly people I know aren't out there trying to be homewreckers, and they are very open, transparent, and honest about their intent as they enter a relationship. And the third advice says, I'm sorry, I don't want to be the typical user of this sub, but you said that she isn't a very open person. Usually doesn't stay out that long. Never went to clubs without you before. She hasn't seen this guy in years. Then suddenly decides to go clubbing alone with him. Comes back at 6 a.m. weirdly saying that she had an okay time. Says they talked about open relationships, and you didn't think anything of that night? And that guy? This just seems like such an elephant in the room compared to your issue with her talking to you about openness. And the fourth advice says, look, it sounds like she wants an excuse to cheat. If not, justify the cheating she already commit. Major red flags and you're missing them. Confront her about everything, especially that one night, and open a phone policy if it helps. But remember to stay calm and think how you're going to go about it. Don't attack. And certainly keep track of everything if you need to call out on BS. Even if it turns out that your fears are true, stay strong. I strongly recommend therapy and/or couples therapy, preferably both if possible. And the fifth advice says, I hate to break it to you, dude, but your girlfriend effed the friend and wants to do it again without it being cheating to help with her guilt. Your relationship is dead. As for those out there trying to defend open relationships, they are either in denial or just cruel. Open relationships never work in the long run and only destroy relationships. And the sixth advice says, yes, your feelings are valid and you're not overreacting. I'd be very concerned that she was talking about it with her male friend while clubbing. How well do you know this guy, and what does your gut tell you? Thank you guys for watching. Please comment below and let me know if there's any other subreddits you guys would like me to make videos on, and also like the video and please subscribe.